I just want to say it's been an honor and privilege for me to have this opportunity to have worked with all of you over the last 50 years. It's been a fantastic experience. It was a grand adventure, and I won't swap it for anything in the world. It's been a terrific opportunity. That too, for someone who came from a little village, with no electricity, no water, 70 years ago. So, I want to kind of acknowledge many people here. I want to start with Steve Crocker, who sent me an email saying, "Did you know that 50 years ago we did this?" And that's what started this whole experiment. I think it's a wonderful experiment, namely gathering together all of our friends and having this kind of a retrospective to see what we remember of all the things that we did and why they were important. I think it's a fantastic thing. Thank you, Steve. and the other two people there was Vint and Baruch Fischoff. Is he here? Maybe not. Baruch is not in speech. He's one of our university professors in psychology, and risk and so on. Is it psychology? No. Yeah. Anyway, political science. He is. So Alan Sears could not be here. He's and Charles Wayne, but they were kind of very important to the program in the 80s. And when I come to this morning session, we have Lee Ehrman, Victor Lesser. Where are they? Yeah, there he is, Victor. And Rick Hayes Roth, Alex, Mark Fox, and so on. And, of course, Jim and Janet Baker, who were very central right from the beginning. And they led a different path, I'm reminded of the poem by Robert Frost. And he says, "I took the road less traveled by." They did that. And because everybody else was going in one direction, they wanted to go in a different direction. I said, okay. So I think it's been a fantastic experiment in the 70s. And in the 80s and 90s, we've had fantastic colleagues. Rich Stern, Alex Rudnicki, Ronnie Rosenfeld, and many other names I will mention. The most important ones were Alex Weibel, who came from MIT, and he said, "John, Alan sent me," he said, "you're the right person to kind of work with on the XYZ." And not only that, he said, "I can't live on a student salary, I need a higher salary." He was a good negotiator even then. And I said, okay, we'll figure it out, But the important thing is, in spite of all of his useless attributes, he loves to, jump off the planes and likes to fly, helicopters around the world and all kinds of things. I said, why are you wasting your time? You should be working on research. But he has accomplished more spending half time on research than many of us would have accomplished, spending full time. He has not only, been a professor here and in Germany and Karlsruhe and has a successful academic career, he has started and sold 11 companies, which is amazing, so, and besides doing all of that, he has time to fly around the world in a helicopter. And I said, where did you find the time? So anyway, Alex, thank you for being what you are. And Zedong, where is Zedong? There is Zedong. Is another one of our precious, outcomes. He came. I was mad at him because he got recruited to go to Microsoft. I said, okay, here you go. Then he kept picking off all of the best people from CMU. I said, Zedong, you can't do that, But anyway, he did it. But I think he was right. People should be given the opportunity that they deserve, whatever they want to do. I can't hold them back by kind of telling them, no, you can't go. And so it's very important to kind of acknowledge, Zedong. And Han, Shaowen Han, Han was one of our PhDs, and worked with Kai-Fu Lee and Zedong. And he has the unique distinction of being a corporate vice president of Microsoft, but the unique distinction of working at Microsoft Research Asia, MSRA, and developing the development activities in China. At one point, he was leading like 3,000 people. He's one of the few people that led everything for 12 years or more. Kai-Fu Lee was there for one term. Harry Shum is the head of the Microsoft Research in Asia. Harry Shum was there for one term. Then there was another person who was not one of my students. So 3 of the first 4 students, including Han, were my students. And so whenever I go to China, they treat me like a hero. I said, what is your secret? How do you produce all these leaders? I said, I didn't produce them. I said, this is what Alan Perlis said. I said, Alan, you haven't had any faculty meetings. And he said, I don't have faculty meetings. I think they're a waste of time. I hire the best people and leave them alone. And they're to do the best work, and we don't need faculty meetings. I'll take care of whatever that's needed. You can't do that anymore, maybe. But that was Alan. So anyway, I want to thank, there are many other people here I should identify and thank, but I'm sure they know who they are, and my heartfelt thanks. Among other 2 people who were very precious to me when they were here was Ron Cole and Wayne Ward. And Ron, was a psychologist, and I said he wanted to do speech recognition using spectrogram reading. I said, you can't do that. So he said, let me show it to you. And then he brought Victor Zhu, and we did a videotaping of it. He could do it, So, we built a feature-based speech recognition system. And Wayne Ward, he's very quiet, soft-spoken, and so on. But if you haven't seen his video on non-grammatical speech, it's fantastic. That's all the work he did on Phoenix system. So there are a lot of other people, Bhiksha Raj and Rita Singh, and so many other people who have been unique and made so many great contributions. And I want to thank all of you for coming, and I look forward to seeing you in 5 years. We will have a reunion in 5 years for speech, and next time it'll be better organized. All the videos will work.